And we're back.
Raising his kids Jewish.
Oh, Mark Zuckerberg he married a Chinese girl. Good for him. Oh no, we're officially live. I think yesterday I also had the official back. The back at 3, 2, 1. Okay, so Ziggity Zalman. The minhag was at the very beginning of the Shiva Gula show. Is that before Shir, I would just give a 15-minute sugya of the Shiva because no one knew what was going on. So we were figuring out. We talked about Trump. Is he controlled opposition? We were blibing on Trump. Talking about we were all just figuring out. For me, I was just figuring out the sugya of the shibud and the oppression, and so we spoke about that at the beginning of Shir. And so I just two other. I'm just gonna give the Roche sugya. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about them, just a little bit at the beginning of Shir. That's the minhag. That's the minhag. The sugya of the shibud. Okay. Oh, I think I was wearing the same shirt yesterday that I'm wearing today. In which case,
Me too.
yeah, right. In which case, I should tell everyone that I haven't showered in whatever. And we're back. Okay, so and we're black. Whatever. All right, and we're back. Okay, and we're back.
Black hats matter.
Yeah, yeah. So, Black Lives Matter, they took $80 million, didn't give anything to the black community. Kanye said his White Lives Matter shirt is going to give to the black community. So, listen. Whatever. Kanye, we're still bliving on. Kanye, I'm not sure. He said some anti-Semitic things. If he would, it doesn't matter to me that anti-Semitic. If Kanye would have said, those Taiwanese people, blah, blah, I would have been yo, bliving schwer now on Kanye because, any form of racism and any form of divide is playing into the divide and conquer. And in Kanye's position, he should know that it's all about loving all humans. And how could Kanye go and be racist? It's a big blibe. It's a bit saying we don't know where Kanye's allegiances lie.
I have an indicator, but it's
I saw something with some Jewish guy for 30 minutes on a rebuttal, and it was from Kanye's own mouth. He's very jealous of the Jews.
I saw that also. I saw that kind of talk about jealousy.
And that they're strong families, and that they don't use electronics
Yeah.
It's also,
This is not the sugya that I was planning on talking about, but since you mentioned Black Lives Matter. Yeah, what were you going to say?
It's very far out there. It's you might say you're off the rocket ship. But a lot of dinim have come on Kanye since this happened, right? The dinim came fast. He lost lost $1.7 billion of his net worth.
Allegedly,
because of the Adidas contracts, whatever. Okay, look, yeah, he's still obviously holding shit, but
he's still allowing.
But my point is that he's got to feel that. He's not sitting there right now it's oh man, I didn't just lose a lot. I mean, he's sitting there wow, I just lost a lot of money, And what I'm saying is that if with Rishayim, they get their schar in this oilam, so he's losing from his schar in this oilam. You know what I'm saying?
But he's getting plenty of free press.
Off the rocket ship,
Right,
that's
rocket
What's
ship.
his net worth approximately?
Okay, I don't want to talk about Kanye anymore. All right. I wasn't what I was just playing. I was just riffing off of the Black Hats Matter. I don't want to talk about Kanye. I'm blibing still. That's svara of you say oh, so you see that he got punished. It must be he's righteous. No, that's
not righteous. But I'm saying that maybe he's confused about the
that's what I'm thinking. That's the best way to learn Shchosanim. Another way we can learn Shchosanim is saying that some sort of MK Ultra shot. But I didn't want to talk about Kanye. I wanted to talk about the Nazis had two secret societies, right? They had the Thule Society, Thule, which by the way, that might have been the name of the Tartarians before, that's what I said, right? The Thule Society, and then they had the Viril Society, which is amongst their secret society, they had a secret society. Right? It's secret society within secret society.
And this is from the 1933?
This is 30s, 40s, and who knows how old they go. I just found out about this today. Also, I heard a shot that Tartaria might have been the Israelites. Instead of the Tartarians, they became the Inuit. And yeah, so these are just two things. The first 5 minutes of shir. Okay, just like things that we mentioned. You know,
I saw something in the at the Sheba chat today. There's this reporter in England that said that the new prime minister was not a single citizen wanted this new prime minister in, and that the powers that be, the oppressive government, appointed him.
That's what they always do.
Coronated.
That's what they always do.
Yeah.
Someone once said that leaders are not elected; they're selected.
Yeah. Wow.
They're just chosen. We have no vote. Is today voting day?
No, it's not November yet.
Don't bother. I'm talking about in Israel.
Oh no. Oh, I don't know. Blooded.
Well, even if it was.
Hard blood.
Even if it was. Okay. So now we're talking about the Shibud a little bit. Let's go weiter in the Shibud because we're on Daf Yud Aleph Amud Beis right now.
Can I get a quick recap? Because that was a very intense chunk of...
Recap of the Sugya of the Shibud? A mid-shear recap?
Of the shear, you said yesterday.
Yesterday.
Oh, of yesterday, yeah. So yesterday we started... I got my recap ukulele. Recapping things and also playing. We spoke about shaving yesterday and mullets that they idolaters used to keep for their idols. And one day a year they would take the clothes of Adam of Rishon, primordial man, the first guy that they have in the Vatican, and they would parade around a full person and a crippled person and say, this is Esav, this is Jacob, look, we're still on top. Look how he's riding this crippled person.
And that was done once every 70 years?
Once every 70 years, very good. And that's why it didn't get counted in our first Mishnah, or our second Mishnah, or our third Mishnah. In the Mishnah, the reason it wasn't counted was because they were only counting yearly things called annual. And that was the entire shear yesterday down to a granule. You know?
Nice.
I only know how to drive automatic. I don't know how to drive manual.
Can we learn today in this book of the Biala Rebbe in Bnei Brak who had a stroke?
Oh, we're learning today in this chus of the Biala Rebbe in Bnei Brak who had a stroke. Was he vaccinated?
No.
So then we'll learn in his chus. If not, it might be a tefillas shav. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hani de Romai ude de Parsai, my mutridi, vituriski, mohadniki, v'morin, Hani Parsai, v'Romai, v'Bavloi. Give me that piggity pencil or something. Do you see anything? Oh, here I have this. This is perfect. Jokes. Look, it's a paintbrush. Do we have a pen or pencil?
Over there?
And it's right over here. Covered in the ashes of 1,000,000 cigarettes. Don't smoke, kids. And if you do, don't ash on your pencil or pen. But don't smoke. It's terrible. Cigarettes are the worst. First I got into cigarettes in the Israeli army, but I wasn't so into them. But then when I got incarcerated, that was the only thing we were allowed to do. So then I really got into cigarettes. And I said to all my friends, I was like, yo, could you come and bring me cigarettes? And like all my friends came and brought me 1,000,000 cigarettes, and I smoked a zillion a day. And I haven't stopped.
And that's how you bought the place.
And that's how I ended up escaping Auschwitz. True story. You know? Over here. Over here. Over there. Okay, so these Romans and Persians something. And now it says these Persians and Romans and Babylonians were really going into all the different shibuds. My Moharniki Aknisi B'chanvani Eser Be'adar Amar Rav Chanan bar Rav Chisda Amar Rav. So Rav Chanan says in the name of Rav Chisda, says in the name of Rav, Ve'amri La. What does Ve'amri La mean, Schlegs?
And there are those that say.
Whoa! Nice. Ve'amri La. I didn't know that you were going to get that one. Ve'amri La, Amar Rav Chanan bar Rava Amar Rav. Okay. So, Chamisha Bate Avodas Kochavim Kavuanein. So there are 5 established houses of idolatry.
Wow.
Bill Gates' house, Jeffrey Epstein's house, Trump's house, who else? Freaking Klaus Schwab's house, and Jacinda Alvarin, and give also, there's a bunch more than 5. There's probably Schwab and like the Medici and Aldo Brandini. You know, we're talking about the papal bloodlines over here, not puppets like Trump and Gates. All right. Would it be crazy if Bill Gates was more like, he was more than like, he's not an elected official.
Right.
So we know he's not like, maybe he has like more to do with, I mean, we know that like he was doing this for years. He was giving, like he was killing Africans with his vaccine. Right? For years. And then like the funniest thing is that Gates wanted to be this prophet. He wanted, when we saw it, Gates said that 5 years ago in the TED Talk. Right. Oh my God, Bill Gates, what a prophet. But everyone, except for the dumbest of us, everyone was like, oh, yo, this guy's totally crumbs. This guy's totally like behind this. He's totally like involved in this. He wanted people to be like, wow, what a Navi, what a prophet, Bill Gates. But we were all like, oh, this guy, definitely guilty. Look at this guy. He's telling us about his plans 5 years ago.
It's prophet, but they're different.
Yeah, exactly. Nice. Nice. Freaking Bill Gates, Yimach Shemo. Okay, so there are 5 Bati Avodah Zarahim. Eluhain. Okay, so there's Beis Baal B'Bavel.
Okay.
So we have in Babylon, there's the house of Baal. Beis Nevo B'Korsi. Tar Asa. Shabmapag. Srifa Be'Ashkelon. Oh, Shebimapag. Srifa Sheba Ashkelon. B'Korsi. And it's going to change it to Shebekorsi, I bet you. Hey.
And this is right
Oh no,
after the
B'Korsif.
Right after the second temple period?
Yeah, that's when this is written. Like a few, like this is the Amoraim talking about it, you know? My FPS is too slow. I don't know what's going on. I don't even know what that means. Okay. This thing called the Tarasa, which is, it could be like a shar, in a place called Mapag. Surifa in Ashkelon. That's very interesting. We know what Ashkelon is. And Nishra in Barvia. Shebe Aravia. Ki Asar Avdimi. What does that mean, Ki Asar Avdimi?
I'm blinded.
Ki Asar Avdimi. When Ravdimi came.
I was thinking that.
So Ravdimi and Rav Ashi were, I think, 3rd generation Amoraim living in Babylon, who would come back and forth to Israel. Back and forth, like Jack Kevorkian's Aztec court, rat mature. Why you always gotta smack a whore? It's like the psychiatric wards, the last resort. Something's gotta give. That's for sure. You keep coming back for more. So they were transporting like information, like they're sitting over there in Babylon. They don't know what the real Torah learners are saying in Eretz Yisrael. So he would go back and be like, "Yo, this is what they're saying in Eretz Yisrael. Listen up."
So they were just messengers.
They're also Amoraim, you know.
They're serious sages.
Serious sages. They also happen to have been like travelers.
The Tanaim were the writers of the Mishnah. The Amoraim were the writers of the Gemara.
The Tanaim is a compilation of the Divrei of the Mishnah, right? The Mishnah is a compilation of the Divrei Tanaim. And the Gemara, I don't know, I think maybe it was just, they were like talking about it in a base measure.
Right.
And then someone like was writing it down or something, I don't
Right.
know. But it was really only written down 7 generations later. Yerushalmi was written 3 generations, and after 3 generations, and Bavli was written after 7 generations.
Said the Yerushalmi Talmud is over.
Well, they started, the Mishnah is the same on both. Sometimes it's Girsa, there's different like versions of the Mishnah, but the Mishnah is the same on both. The Yerushalmi it's less fleshed out. The Jerusalem Talmud is only 3 generations of editing and and opinions.
Selected.
And in the Bavli, it was like a little bit 7 generations of editing and like going through it and diyun and stuff, right? Okay, so when Rav Dimi came, Hosifu Aleim, he's like, yo, in Israel they added the amount of idolatrous houses. Yarid Sheba'ayin. So it's like also this town called Yarid that's this thing called Yarid, or the house called Yarid in a town called Ayin, and this house called Bechi Nidvicha in Akko. In Akko. You ever been to Akko? You been to Akko?
Yeah. One time.
What'd you do there?
Is that near the blind music, the blind restaurant?
Near the Bly restaurant.
There's a blind restaurant in that area.
So I don't
All
know.
the waiters are blind, and you eat
In the blind museum.
You eat in a completely pitch dark room.
You should go.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Delicious food. You can't see anything while you're eating. That's because you're experiencing.
Do you have a knife?
You have forks and knives, and they're all the waiters and waitresses are walking around you, and they can move because they have adapted to being blind. They're blind,
Wow.
so they know how to get around when they're blind. But you're sitting in complete pitch black, can't see a thing.
Yeah, I've been to the blind museum. But anyways, in Akko, they have this place, like this old jail where they kept a lot of like original like Zionists that were fighting against the Brits. Right? So that's good. Zion is fighting the Shibud, we like. Zion is cooperating with the Shibud and the Nazis, we don't like. Current government of Israel, bunch of mishtabdim over here. And also in Akko is the Ramchal's Beit Knesset. Yeah, the Ramchal. Ika Da'amri, so there are those that say Nisbara Sheba Akko, a different place but still in Akko. Rav Dimi min Nahar Da. Wait a second. So this says Rav Dimi, but there's a little hago over here. It says Rav Dimi Amar. So Rav Dimi, even though he was the guy going back and forth, but here he just adds. He just said, Rav Dimi said. Oh no, Ki Asa Rav Dimi. When Rav Dimi came, he did come. But then it says, but there's another Rav Dimi, and he is from Narda, which is also in Bavel. There were 2 big yeshivas in Bavel. There was Narda and there was Pumbedisa. Narda was Rav and Pumbedisa was Shmuel, or the other way around. I forget. Masni Ibcha, he says no, this is the opposite. Yarid is in Akko and Nidvicha is in Ayin. Okay, Ayin Bechi. Okay. Amarlei Rav Chanan Bar Chisda le Rav Chisda. So his son says, Ma kavuin. What do you mean they're kavuin? These idolatrous houses are like established. What do you mean that they're established? Amarlei Hachi Amar Abua Di Imecha. This is what your maternal grandfather said. This is what my father-in-law says. My shver. Kavuin hein the Eilam. Tadira kulu shasa palchilu. That they're established in the Welt, in the world, that all year round they're doing Avodah Zarah over there. So let's see the Rashi. So these Romans and Persians, my mutradi vitorsky muhadgin umurin. So maybe he's saying like this: the Romans and the Persians. What are they? What about them? Right? My. Hani de Romai. Kol yomi yomei a day in the Badizin ain't ocean el b'nei Romi. So these Hani de Romai v'parsoi mai. Those things that you told us in the Mishnah, those are Romans. But what about the Persian holidays? Is Mutradi, Tursiki, Muhandiki? That's the names of their holidays of the Persians. Okay. So those are for the Romans, and those are for the Persians. Hani de Parsai v'diromoi v'diromoi de Bavloi mai. Okay, now we know the Romans and the Persians, but what about the Babylonians? Oh, Babylonians, they have Muharniki. They also celebrate Muharniki, and they celebrate a holiday called Ankanise B'Chanuni. And 10th of Adar they celebrate, which is the day that Moshe died. I don't know, I'm blithing.
That 10th of Adar is the day. It's by Purim.
It's right before Purim.
So what could it be? The day the lot was?
Maybe. Esther v'Adar, Basar v'Adar. Rashi just says 10th of Adar. Doesn't tell us what it is. 10th of Adar. Wait, Moshe died on
his birthday, which was Blivin.
I'm bliving. So okay, fine. So those are their holidays, right? And then we have the Rav Chanan Bar Abba, Rav Chanan Bar Rav, and Bar Rav Chisda, and some people say Bar Rava. Rava was named Rabbi Abba, so Chanan Bar Abba, not inaccurate, like Gamri. Anyways, Kavuin. So what does it mean? It says V'lekama in Mefaresh, Kavuin Kol Hashana Kol Yomos Hashana Osin Avdehen Yom Eid Umakrivin Zavachin Ve'asurim B'Masav Matan Olam. So those people, like that, go to those temples of idolatry. You can never do business with them because every day they're doing idolatry, party, all day party.
Wow.
All day, every day. So it sounds like kind of like an ashram kind of thing, you know, like the ashram's like always parties, always like drugs, always stuff. Okay. So Turasa. Baal, they would worship Baal in Bavel, and they would worship this idol Nevo in a place called Korsi, and they would worship an idol named Tarasa in Mapag, the name of an ear, Rashi says. And they would worship Tarifa in Ashkelon. Or the Philistines lived there, I think. And they would worship Nishra in Saudi Arabia, maybe. When Rav Dimi came, he added them. He added Yarid Sheba Ayin, Zakt Rashi. Yarid Sheba Ayin, Bechi Nidvicha Sheba Ako. Is the Amr, and those that say, like Nispera in Ako. Hachigers, you know. The Is the Amr Ibcha, that says the other way around. The switch around the two Lishnis, right? So Hachigers in a Tadir, Kula Shana all year round. Okay, now we're at that. Now we're going back there. Amar Shmuel. Shmuel says, "Begola eino aser ela yom edam bilvad." This, so you have to wait 3 days. That's for like the idolatrous communities in Eretz Yisrael, you know. But in Chutz La'aretz, in the Gaila, it's only that day. Yom Ela Yom Edam Bilvan v'Yom Edam Nami Mi Aser. We saw what the Gemara asked on Shmuel. Really, that even that day in Chutz La'aretz, you're not allowed to do business with them. But Rav Yehuda, didn't your student Rav Yehuda permit Sharalei Rav Bruna that he allowed Rav Bruna the Zavune, right, the Zavin to purchase Chamra, Chamra, it could be wine, it could be a donkey. Rav Gidol, and he let Rav Gidol l'zavune chitin b'chagisa detaya. Tia is like the I don't know like they maybe it's an Arab ataya, but again the Gemara was before like Palestinian, not Palestinians. Everything was before Palestinians. Even this snap, just kidding. But these are like the Arab merchants before like 700 years before Muhammad came, but like still 500 years. So he let Rav Gidol buy chitin. What's chita?
Wheat.
Speaking of. Speaking of clank. So it says no shaina chagasa detai de lo kavia. It's not an established either. It says begola in anu yecholim la'amod atzmenu al milisa velit inimayim. It's like we can't. Shmuel's like, listen, in Chutz La'aretz we can't like prevent ourselves from doing business. Business. Shebeneim anu yoshim, because we're between them. They're the ones that are giving us parnasa. You know, they're the ones that are giving us like sustenance. So if they're the ones giving us sustenance, so we have to be able to do business with them. Like we can't really stop for 3 days. So Shmuel's like only 1 day, and then they're like, but didn't Rav Yehuda allow these two students? Right? They're asking Shmuel. They're asking the Rebbe, not me, but like Shmuel Yamayra, and they're asking Shmuel. They're like, but didn't your student allow this? If I was Shmuel, I'd be like, you asked me a kasha for one of my talmidim. But Shmuel is like, no. He's like, no. I hold the Rav Yehuda. Like, he's a Talmud, but he's a gewaldige Talmud, gewaldige buck-tooth Talmud over here. So what did he say? He says that's in the Chagas the Taya. Yom l'shana mizkadin kol schurei. So Taya is like really like a merchant. Kol schurei ha'ir le'achov v'lishtov v'lechgog, to eat, drink, and party. And the name of idolaters, Plonis. Vikan kurin kumpandria. I've seen that word before. Kumpandria. Let's see what what the Haggadah Tunin say. It says agudas achim. It's like the workmen, they come together. Compadria. Kupandria. There's no mem. Yeah.
Could be.
Could be.
You want?
Clink, 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 clink. So it's different because it's not an established day. Ain't roshishim la kokach, im ain't osin la b'kol shana. These motions, they do it when they can, right? And guess what, Rabbosai? We just completed the Mishnah.
Nice.
The entire Gemara. Now we're up to a Mishnah. But first, all right, let's see one Tosfos, Let's see one Tosfos. Yesterday we said that he puts the weight of that gold zuz, the zuze pisa, the weight on his neck. They put the weight on his neck of either 200 or 4 of these zuzes, right? Frek Tosfos, the im tomar. What's the im tomar?
If you say.
If you're gonna say, what is vim tomar though? It's a bavorn, or it's a right. And if you're gonna say this, I'll tell you this. Right? Like, he's not asking the question like, wait, what about this? Answers right. If you're gonna say this, basically bavorning the question of this, right? It's not like a Rashi bavorn, which is like Rashi with like one letter. Be like, why did Rashi have to answer? Always. Right, that extra letter, always answering this whole question that Tosfos had. So if Im Tomer, and if you're going to ask how Amrina Parakani Zakin, that what it says in Gittin, Taf Nun Ches Amud Aleph, train Isteri Pisa Nachis Le'alma So there are 2 gold coins put in the world. Chad Biromi, V'chad B'kol Olam Kulo. And one somewhere else in the rest of the world. One's in Rome, and one somewhere else in the rest of the world. The Astira Amru, the Astira, and it's hidden, right? It's cool. Istira is a coin, and it's lashon like nister, like hide the money, maybe. The Istira, and it's in Amru. So what are you telling me that they're putting 4 or 70 of these golden coins? Didn't it say in Gittin that there are only 2 of these things in the world, one in Rome and one somewhere else? Amru b'perik beis kor, so it says in Bava Basra, and Daf Kufayim Beis, it says my istira, so my astira. What does it mean that it was astira, that it was hidden? Palga de not the istira, and it was hidden. The istira, even though they told us changes the place of the yud, the astira. So there's those that. What is an istira? It's half of a zuz. Imkein. Eich mitkal zuze beroma. Eich mitkal zuze beroma. Well, that's the reason. How do they have full, like the weight of full zuz in Rome? Venerally, the train is three lav davka. So I was saying that Gemara in Gittin is lav davka. Not really 2. Only 2. Venerally, the train is three lav davka. Ela ratzalomar mu'attes. But a little bit. Kidamrinan be'aish mekadesh asara kavin. Right. It says asara kavin of this. They put in this. It's not like specifically like this. It says asara kavin shel yofi. They put in the world. 9 they gave to women and 1 they gave to men or something. Or like 10 units of song they are beauty. Well, there was beauty. I was trying to think of another. 10 units of beauty they put in the world. 9 they gave to women. 1 they gave to the rest of the world or something. Or 10 units of like znus they put in the world. Like 9 they gave to Arabs, and 1 they gave to the rest of the world. Or maybe it was 9 they gave to the shibud.
No, I thought it, by the
10 units of snus.
They gave to Yerushalayim.
Snus? Yofi. Maybe 1 to Yerushalayim. Yeah. Where is by the Kotel?
When they had the construction walls up for the museum that they built, they had different quotes from Tanakh on it, and that's where it said it.
So 9 were given to what, Yerushalayim, and 1 was given to the rest of the world?
10 were given to the world, and 9 was given to 9 out of the 10 was given to Yerushalayim.
And then 1's to the rest of the world, Kula?
I think so.
Okay, so it wasn't girls. So, but anyways, so he's saying that when it says over there in Gittin that there were 2, it was lav dafka, you know? Okay. Mishnah, Rabbosai. Mishnah. Zak the Hiliga Mishnah. Yo, Shteigin, you want to try to read this Mishnah?
Sure. Okay. Yesh ba'avodas karchavim chutza la mutar haya. Chutza le avodas karchavim. Okay, so the city that has in it worshipping of the stars or idol worship, chutza le mutar. If it's outside of it, it's permissible.
What's permissible? And if what's outside of it?
If the avodas kachavim are outside of it.
So then what's mutter?
That they exist there? That it's not like, I don't know.
Okay, bleib. Good bleib.
Chutza le avodas kachavim soiche la soiche le mutar soiche le mutar. Okay. Mahu leilach l'shem bisman shadarach miuchedes. What is the din in going to there in a time that the path miuchedes v'oiso makom iser miuchedes is like yachad, like together,
Like special.
special miuchedes.
Yuchad, yeah. But it's a path, which is Nekeva.
Shadarach miuchedes v'oiso makom iser, to make it into a forbidden place. V'im haya yachol leholech ba lemakom acher mutar. And if you could go there to a different place, it's permissible.
Go where?
Okay, so miuchedes we said was what?
It's special. Like only, like it's the path is miyuchad to this ear, meaning it only goes to that ear.
Got it. So what is the din in going there? In a time that you can only go to this place, if it's the only path that leads to this place.
But which is this place? Which place are we talking about? The Avodah Zarah is inside or outside? Blew his house with a blue little window and a blue Corvette, and everything he sees is just blue, like him, inside and outside.
We're talking about the place that is within. Oh no.
Right. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. If you can go there, if the path is only going there, then I guess you can't go on the path. But if you can go like on that path, and it can go to like a few different places, so then what? You can go to the Avodah Zarah place?
No, he's saying that you can take that path. That you can go on that, travel on that road.
Wait, so
Because it says Leilech L'Sham.
the silence along the road, but if it's the only path, you could take it anyway?
I don't know if it says anything about idols along the road. But that was a good Mishnah, Shteigin. Now, let's see you try to read Rashi's on the Mishnah.
Okay.
Let's see you read the Mishnah, and now read it. We're doing Chazah on the Mishnah with the Rashi's.
Okay. So, Ir sheyesh ba avodas kachavim. Okay. Shayom.
You gotta say. So you read the Dibur Raschil.
Okay.
Then you gotta say Zak the Heilig Rashi.
Zak the Heilig Rashi.
It's good, just so we know like that.
Thank you. Zak the Heilig Rashi. Ir sheyesh ba avodas kachavim. Quotes the Mishnah. Zak the Heilig Rashi. Shayom Eid yesh livnei ha'ir. Hayom la'avodas kachavim shaba'ir. That the day of their holiday, that is to the sun, that they have to the sons of the city, Hayom la'avodas kachavim shaba'ir. It is a day that is for idol worshipping in the city.
Okay.
Chutzala mutter.
And we said, what is mutter? We blibed. What's mutter? What's mutter? So then, yeah.
Chutzala mutter. If it's on the outside, it's permissible.
Zak the Heilig Rashi.
Zak the Heilig Rashi. L'shas.
Laseis v'laseis.
V'laseis.
Laseis v'laseis. I know it's laseis v'latet in Hebrew, in like the Israeli accent. It means to do business. Right? But don't you remember the first Mishnah?
That means
the first Mishnah. Livnei edeim sha'odim shol yom. Usher laseis v'laseis imayim, right?
Okay.
So that's laseis v'laseis. Okay.
Laseis do business im hayoshvin chutz la'ir, with the people that are sitting outside of the city. She'ein nimshachin acher oisa avodas kachavim, that they don't stretch out.
It could be stretched, but it also could be like to be pulled after.
They don't pull after
they're not
are worshiping the idols.
Or after those idols, the specific idols that it's their idol that it's that day.
Shikein minhag zeh oived.
Shikein minhag.
Shikein minhag.
That's the minhag.
That's the minhag.
Or if there's a girsa here that says minhagam.
Okay. That's their minhag. Ze oived eis shelo, v'ze oived eis shelo vayom eid, shel elu eno b'yom eid shel elu. Okay, so let me try that one more time. So this is the time of their worship, of his worship.
Which where are you reading from?
Ze oived eis
This
shelo.
guy, like outside of the city, this guy worships his idol. This guy worships that idol.
Oved Eis Shelo, and this one worships his idol. Vayoim Eid Shel Elu.
What's Elu?
These guys.
Which guys?
The two guys they just mentioned.
No, the guys in the Yom Eid
of
the guys in the city.
In the city.
Is not their.
Shel Elu. Einu Bayom Eid Shel Elu. It's not.
Or
the
of
same-
each other.
It's not the same day
As each other, right. Okay, very good.
Okay. Hayachutzala avodas kachavim. In the Mishnah it says it was outside. Is where they worshipped. Kilaymar.
Oh, baby, a kalaymar.
As it says in the pasuk. Avodas kachavim.
No, not as it says in the puzzle.
As it says in the.
Kalaymar, this is what the Mishnah is really saying. This is what the Gemara is really saying. Kalaymar, what it's trying to say, hayachutz Rashi. Now a kalaymar means that Rashi can tell something that's not pshat. Necessarily. Okay. I could have thought perhaps something else. Kalaymar, what it means to say is.
Kalaymar, what it means to say, avodas kachavim shahayom oivdin v'yira shalahem. That the worshipping, idol worship of that day, worshipped through their fear, or through their seeing.
Oh, the year, I guess he's talking about their idol is being referred to as their yira.
Okay. Okay.
Kalaymar shehayom ovdin liyira shalan. Like that day, they're worshiping their idol. Meaning, it's still talking about that day. That outside, there was idols outside of the land.
Okay.
So tocha mutter.
Inside, it's permissible. The Mishnah says. Rashi.
By the way, hold on. You see that? The girsa?
No, I don't see.
Our Gemara says tocha la mutter, and Rashi says
mutter.
tocha mutter. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Tocha mutter.
She'ein b'nei ha'ir oivdim l'oisa yira. That the sons of the city do not.
The inhabitants.
The inhabitants of the city do not worship through their fear.
So that idol, remember we said yira here means like it's the way that
idol.
they're talking about their idols?
So it doesn't worship to that idol.
If it's outside the city.
If it's outside.
So you can go inside the city, but you can't be in a place where there's idolatry?
Mahu le'nei kasham. What is the din in them going there? L'oisa ha'ir. It's up there in the Rashi. L'oisa ha'ir b'yom avodas kachavim.
On the day.
To worship their idol on the day of their idol worship. Shelahem l'sefer im echad am echad mibnei ha'ir.
L'saper im echad ibnei ha'ir.
To tell.
Or to talk to.
To talk to the idol within of the sons of the city. I'm not sure.
Yeah, to go talk to them. Okay, this isn't going there. The question is, can you go there and like talk, and hang out there, right? It's.
Are we still talking about business? We must.
No, here's just talk to them. To go there and just talk,
Okay.
right? So Rashi's bevorning. Well, what would the isser be? So it might be an isser of Morris Ayin, right?
That's what I was thinking.
And that's why if there's only one way to get there, so then you can't. But if there's a bunch of ways,
Right.
and you're like, oh, I'm just passing through. I was like on the way, like let me talk to my idolatrous friend.
Right. Bizman shaderech miyuchedes la'oso makom, in a time that the path is
Particular to only that place.
Only going to there.
Yeah.
Zapnei l'Rashi. She'ein derech yoytza me'oisa, that there isn't a path that goes out from there. Ha'ir leilech, that goes out from that city to go. La'ir acheres, to a different place. A different city. V'derech Vusha, Akavusha, Mikan, La'isa Ha'ir Miuchedes, La'isa Ha'ir Levada.
Oh, there's a green light Rashi, a big Rashi.
Isser Sham.
Yeah.
Okay.
Asr, but it's part of the Gemara. So in mine, it's yeah. So Asr Leilech Sham.
Right.
Oh baby, I was right. We were right.
Mepnei Chashad Shenira
Morasayin.
Mahalach Lavoida.
It looks like he's going to do the work. So if there's only a path that goes there, Derech Kavusha means like a dead end. It's a dead end. The only place you can go is right there. If you can like go and I'm passing this idolatrous place and going through, so then the person, he's just on his way and he's not. But if he's like, he's specifically going to this place, so then
That's Morasayin.
that's Morasayin.
Morasayin is
Okay.
like,
Oh yeah.
Morasayin is like when somebody goes into a McDonald's to use the
Yeah.
bathroom. You're not supposed to do that because someone might see you and say, "What's this guy eating tray?" So in this case, the Morris Ayin is if you're going to go to if you're going down a road and it only leads to this house of idol worship, so you can't do that according to the Gemara because it's going to be and someone's going to may see you and say, "Oh, what's this guy doing going there?" It only goes to this house of Avodah Zarah, worshiping Avodah Zarah. But we're saying here that it is allowed for you to go down a path if it passes by one of these places because someone would see you and they'd say, they're going to that other place. They're not going to say, you're going to talk to your idolatrous friends.
Nice. V'im. Zok Rashi.
V'im. Tzachel Rashi. Derech misalu ze hoilich gam le'ir acheres.
Maslul.
Maslul. What's Maslul?
Zolu et Mesila.
Mesila?
Yeah, Mesila. We're on the Mesila right now. Mesila. It's the same word as Maslul.
So the path.
The path. Yeah. Zolu et Mesila.
Well, isn't Derech Maslul would be redundant?
Hit Na'ari.
What's Maslul? What's the descriptor?
No, because here Derech means like the path of it. Traveling derech this maslul, it goes also, you can pass this and go to the next place.
The path on this maslul, zehoilech gam le'ir acheres. This one goes to another place also. Mutter. The Mishnah says it's mutter. Zakta Rashi. The harua, the harva, the haroa oimer lemakom acher hoilech. That the one that sees him is going to say he's going to a different place. He's not going to that place.
Rashi.
Wow, thank you.
Rashi. By the way, the word Morris Ayin is Marit Ayin, like it has to do with Re'iyah. The IUCs.
And Mar is like bitter.
No, Marit. Mareh.
Ma'at.
Like Roeh is the Shoresh.
Oh, cool.
Not Mar. Okay, amazing. Shlik just took down a Mishnah.
Wow, thank you, bro. I needed some help, but thanks so much.
No, bro. Took down a Mishnah.
I appreciate it.
Huge.
I could do a couple Chazaras on it to get it.
Oh, same. But what is okay? So we could see a shtickle Gemara. We can go through Yud Aleph and get all the way to Yud Bet right now. Shtickle Gemara all the time. Gemara. Heichidami chutzala. So what does it mean chutzala? Right. So we see that the Mishnah very concisely, and we couldn't even figure out exactly what the Mishnah was talking about. We had to see Rashi. Rashi's like, right? How do you know Rashi was a good learner? Because he learned Gemara without Rashi. That's how we know. How do you know Moshe and Anna brothers? How do you know Moshe and Anna brothers? How do you know Moshe and Anna brothers? How do we know Moshe and Anna brothers?
Because we learned it in Gemara.
Shteigin could say it's an example. Ruvain, Barnett, the Shimon uses Moshe and Anna, Kavash the brothers. It's Yeshivish.
That's hilarious.
Yeshivish. No, how we know? Alright. Heichidami. So what is this chutzala? What is this chutzala? Amar Rashbal, Rishon ben Levi, in the name of Rabbi Chanina, it says Kigon Atluza Shel Aza. It's like this place called Atluz in Aza. The Iked Amrei, and there are those who say it like this. Ba mine Rashbal mi Rabbi Rabbi Chanina. So it wasn't that Rashbal said the name of Rabbi Chanina, but it was that Rashbal asked Rabbi Chanina, and he said to him, "Atluza shel Aza, what's the din about Atluza shel Aza?" Amarlei lo halachta litzor miyamecha. What, you never went to Tyre, where the Phoenicians are at? I love Maseches Avodah Zarah. It's so shaykh to the Shibud. Obviously, right? There's Amarlei lo halachta litzor miyamecha. What, you never went to Tyre? B'ra'isa Yisrael ve'oved kochavim. You saw an Israelite and an idolater. Sheshatvu shtei kaderos al gabe kira achas. That they were sharing two pots on one flame or on one oven. V'lo chashu lahem chacham, and the chacham didn't have any problem with that. What do you mean? My lo chashu lahem chacham? What do you mean the chacham weren't choshesh? Amar Abaye says mishum basar nevela lo amrina. They weren't choshesh that like maybe they're eating non ritually slaughtered food. So we say, Lo Amrina, we're not going to say, Dilma Mahader Ape Israel Lachor, right? Maybe the Israelite turned around, Vishade Oved Goravim Nevela Bikadera. And we're not going to say, oh yeah, maybe like the Jew looked away for a second and the idolater was like took out of his pocket like a little bit of a dead animal. Like a cow that died, right? We're not worried about pig because then it would taste it maybe. Well, they're eating cow. Maybe he took a little non-shechted cow and threw it in. The kavase, and likewise, hachanami lo chashu lahem. So here too, we're not worried for them. Mishum demi, because of the money of avodas kochavim, demei akom. Because of the demei avodas kochavim. Rava amar milo chashulam. So now we have two opinions. But what do you mean that we say that we're not worried? We're not suspecting that they're going to do that. Abaye says one shot. Rava says different shot. He says milo chashulam chum. What do you mean the chum are not choshesh? The chum we're not worried about them doing this. But it's not that we're not worried that he's going to throw in a little bit of like non-kosher chicken or whatever. Non-shechted, non-ritually slaughtered chicken. Rather, we're not worried that it's going to be bishul akum. You know bishul akum? You know what it stands for?
Like the cooking of the avodas kochavim.
Avodas kochavim, mi akum, avodas kochavim, ma zalais.
Cooking your
Mazalos, yeah.
They worship the stars and they worship the constellations. By the way, quick interspersed sugya of the shibud. But if you look at the four different constellations and the places where the Big Dipper like sets itself, like establishes itself during the four different seasons, you put it like it's once like this, once like this, once like this, and once like this, aka swastika. There, it just sounds okay. So they're worshiping like. You know, like they worship, like the swastika could be like a reference to like the astronomical positions, and now it's like Ovei Kochavim Mazolais Ovei.
Is that where it was derived from?
It's possible, yeah. It's possible. I mean, it was derived. What was derived from? Yeah, it's possible. It's very possible that's where it was. But it's also a type of cross, they say.
It sounds like your shot is spot on.
It's not my shot. It's a Yeshayim that I'm just bringing to the base medrash over here.
It's
not my shot. It's a Yeshayim.
It's a Svardik Yeshayim.
Yeah,
Good Svar there.
Svardik Yeshayim. I'll give it to you. I like it. Svardik. That's what I'm giving. Okay, so Rava says, Lo chashu lahem chachamim Hakanami here also in this place near Aza, which is considered like outside the land. Lo chashu lahem chachamim mishum tzinura dikavase hakanami lo chashu lahem chachamim mishum lifnei eidehem. So here also, just like over there, they're not the rabbis weren't choshesh. So here too, the rabbis are not choshesh. They're not concerned about this place in Aza. Okay, now we go through with the Rashi. Heichi dami chutzala. What does it mean chutzala? Zak de Rashi. Heichi dami chutzala. Zak de Rashi. Kama yehi rachok. We were reading it and we're like, well, what does it mean outside of it? Rashi's like, I got it. Outside means outside. When the Gemara is asking heichi dami, it's not asking what does it mean chutzala. It means how far out. Kama yehi rachok oso shuk shechutzala minair v'yemuder lazes v'lazes im yoshvav. If it's right outside, is it, or does it have to be like a little bit out, like a mile away or something, you know? So it says, so the Gemara says, Kegon at luza shel azza, the Garashi at luza shel azza. At luza is a shuk of animals. Kemo itliz. I knew that. I know the word itliz. It's a modern Hebrew word. It means butcher. It's one of the Aramaic words, but really the Hebrew word is tavach. But if you might see this Aramaic word on Emek Rafaim, itliz. And they still use it. The Aramaic word for butcher. Kemo itliz ditnan, because it says in a Mishnah in Bechayros. How do I know it's a Mishnah?
The nun.
Two nuns. Right? Ditnan. Shechtim be'itliz v'nimkerim be'itliz. So it's shechted in the itliz and it's sold in the itliz. Right? Okay. In Aza, it's like, oh, that's what I said! Remember I said it's like the Plishtim, the place of the Plishtim?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't I say that?
Mm-hmm.
You remember I said that?
Yeah.
Look there, the Garashi. Aza, Irsho Plishtim.
Wow.
I don't know, whatever, who cares? Irsho Plishtim. V'haya ba'avodat kochavim, v'haya chutzala, Yishuv Samuch Le'ir Me'od. It's very close. It's Luza Shal Aza. The Ikidamri, there's somebody say that Rashbal asked from Rabbi Chanina. It's Luza Shal Aza Mao. The Smuch Le'ir Me'od, it's so close. Mao, Mishari, is it permissible? Maznizin, Kehai Gavna, did the Mishnah allow in this case? Kehai Gavna, in this case. Ke, like, hi, right? In a similar case, right? Ke, hi, this Gavna case. In this way. So Tzur, it says Ir She Yisrael ve'ovdei kochavim darim ba. So you have Yidden and you have Akums in there. It says Shepideit Kadera. I don't know. So he's saying that Sheshatfu Bo Kadera. So it's Shepideit Kadera. They made like a food. Shemenirin was the Eida, or put it by fire. Al Gabekira Kari Shfita. Sheshafatu. Doesn't mean that they were adding Sheshfato, like it's called Shfita. Lejon Shafos Hasir. So like it's so Sheshatvu Shtei Gaderos Al Gabekira. Kira. So they It talk about that they put the lip of the food close to each other on one thing. So lo chashuv aval pi even though they're right next to each other. Oh, this is actually very geschmack. Even though they're right next to each other on the oven, aval pi, that's a bavorn from Rashi. What's Rashi's bavorn? But they're so close to it. How is it permissible? Bavorn's Rashi. Aval pi shesamoch iser eitzel heter. Or maybe the bavorn is, what does this case have anything to do with the other case? Because it's so close. Even though this one is so close to iser by the head to the head there, right? Me'od. Haganami aval pi, the ear it's oser and smuchin lebnei chutzala. Right? This other place was super close, but still, they weren't choshesh. My lo chashu. Ikalamemar b'shtei gaderos deleilav achad dekavasei. What do you mean we weren't worried? So he says, so two pshatim. One is they weren't worried about basar nevela. V'afal gav, right? We got an afal pi over here, and we got an afal gav. V'afal gav b'vorn's Rashi, and even though the ikalamechash the iser, that there's something to worry about, iser deoraisa, they weren't choshesh lachzuke iser b'kaderos minas feka. Oh, maybe he put non-kosher, he's cooking non-kosher, I'm cooking kosher, we're cooking right next to each other, right? Maybe he's going to put some of his in mind. Not choshesh, even though it's right next to each other. So here too, we're not choshesh, even though like the Avodah Zarah is right next to Aza, and this place Atluza. By the way, when it says kimo itlis, that's with an aleph, but this is with an ayin, so we see the interchangeable itlis and right. So hachanami lo machzikinan demei avodas kolavim bidei avodas kolavim shebechutzola. Right, we're not going to say that, like, even though, like, these are idolaters, but these are having, like, a holiday, and so I started to do business with them for this day, and these are nished. So we don't have a chazaka that, like the money is the same, right? Maybe it's usher to sell an animal to something that's nearby Aza. Maybe if you can't buy it because the money is going to get is going to become money for the me'avodas kolavim. Inside the land, the inhabitants of that land, they need it, so maybe they're going to go buy. Maybe they're going to go buy this super close shuk. So you can't sell them an animal. V'nikravim, bring them as a korban, as an idol, as a sacrifice to idolatry. And then we can bring it today, Lavoros Guchavim, Vihi is Deraisa. Right? From the pasuk of Milo Yidabek Biyadcha Me'uma. This is a different pasuk that Rashi brings. You can't do business with them and all this stuff because they're gonna go and they're gonna be happy. Azov and Modeh. And give thanks to their idol. And Rashi says in Daf Ches that it was because of Lo Yishama Al Picha, that it shouldn't be heard on your mouth. You shouldn't say these. Okay, blind on what daf it was. But we saw Lo Yishama, Rashi say Lo Yishama Al Picha once. I remember we saw the Chashi. Lo Yishama Al Picha. I don't know where it is. It wasn't Daf Ches over here. Wasn't Daf Ches Amar Aleph over here? Oh, well, yeah. He was in that first taste for Lo Yishama Al Picha. Zak the Heilige Rashi. Okay, so here we have another pasuk. It says Lo Yidbak Biyadcha Me'uma. The Kol Shekain Heicha the Adinan the Mishal Chutzala Hein the L'Safek Isura Derabanan Lo Chashem. The Safek Isura Derabanan. We're not Choshesh. The name of Dilma Hai Gavra Shaykh Bazar B'nei Tocha. It's a suffix that maybe this guy is doing work outside of the land. He had to commute a little bit, but really this guy he just bought an animal and now he's going to go back and use that animal for Avodah Zarah. V'havi ayom yom edon. This is his holiday. V'avar Hai Gavra ad Derabanan the Azri Yisrael lazes v'lazes imayim b'yomed. And then it'll be an Isdar Rabbanan of like doing business with them on his holiday. There's only an Isdar Rabbanan this whole thing, right?
Wow.
So it's not like a pasuk. It's an Isdar Rabbanan. And that Isdar Rabbanan on a suffix we're not going to be choshesh for a suffix Isdar Rabbanan. So be like, I don't know if I had chicken. Can I go eat cheese? And be like, yes. Right? Like, I ate something. I don't know if it had chicken in it. Can I have cheese? Be like, well, it's a suffix it's a derabanan, right? But like there's no way to check it. I don't know. I wasn't that saying what I would pass him, but okay. And then Rava says, so much writing Rashi here. Look at the Rashi. Rava Amar, Hi lo chashu lav lebasar nevel. Now that he's going to throw in non-kosher kamar. Denelav minad dekavaselo nichosh lidamei avodas kolavim. That we're not going to be choshesh for. The money's going to go to the idolatry. The lo dummy. It's not a similar case. The hazam leza na la oved kolavim. What? He's going to throw in non-kosher to the pot. The nishti nevel lekadera. The misdavi di chazile, because maybe he's not even sure. Maybe it will be seen the Israel. Tavalei bedina. Say, listen, you ruined my pot. right? You're not gaining anything. Avahacha, but here, nischavin avodas chavim lasos ratzon chavero. But here, he wanted to help his friend by turning on the pot, right? Ela hachikamar, right? Here's what it's saying. Lo chashul mechamim mishum bishule bishul akum. Dilma samech Yisrael le'oved gochavim lebashle. Maybe like will allow like the idolater to cook for him. V'ka'achil b'shulei oved gochavim is derabanan, and to eat the bishul akum is also derabanan. Okay, so there's two possible things that why there would be choshesh, but we're not choshesh that mishum yom edam lemechash would be choshesh lemechash dilma hay ovei gochavim shayich basar b'nei Torah. Maybe this guy who's outside is really an insider, just commuting.
Did we skip that Hachinami Rashi?
Hachinami, v'hachinami. It's v'hachinami. You did, nice catch. V'shadi ovei gochav nevel b'gedera dekavasei. Hachinami. Rashi says v'hachinami. Right? Hecha depshita dedamim alalu mitoch tevaso lakcham. That we know that his money took from his teva, from his counter. We're not choshesh because of the Yom Edam. Rabba Bar Ula Amar. Rabba Bar Ula says another pshat. Oh, I don't even know if we saw this. We have three guys, right? Rabba Bar Ula, Rava,
yeah, we do say Rava.
and Abaye. What?
Rabba Bar Ula.
Rabba Bar Ula Amar Lo Chashlem Chacham Mishum Tzinura. They weren't about Tzinura, and we didn't know what that was, right? But it said Mishum Yom Eidan Lemechash Del Mahai Ovei Gochavim Shayich Basar B'nei Tocha. We're not going to be, maybe he's really lives inside the idolatrous city. V'shako V'tari Yisrael B'hadei on his holidays, doing business with him. Rabba Bar Ula Amar, oh my gosh, another long Rashi. He says, B'yom Eidan Shel B'nei Aza Lo Shara Rabbi Chanina Lazes V'Lazes Im B'nei Atluza. He says he didn't permit them to do business with the Atluza outside. Below Dami, and it's not similar at all to the Shtei Kaderos Pshat. The Hazam, because over there, Leicha Lemechash Mishum B'Shulei Akum. Mechi Asi Yisrael Chadazimna Begalachim, Shlik V'Laz Begalachim. Kedarin on the common Berg Sheni.
Begachalim.
Begachalim, I'm dyslexic. Begachalim, what's a gachalim?
Coals.
Coals, nice. J.
what?
Cole over here. Coals.
Coals.
That one time,
Coals. Like cooking on a barbecue. Coals.
the chata, Asi chata, Mechi chata Yisrael, that once the Israelites, like, this is their gears to change. When the Israelite, when he does chitoy, when he like makes it hotter or like heats it up. One time in the Gechalim, Aval Acha Ikal Mechash, but here you can really be worried. Dilma Hai Ovei Gochavim, maybe he really is worried. Oh, so once the Yisrael does something with the heat, it's not Bishul Akum anymore.
Wow. Interesting.
But here, in the, that's why you have like the Jews just turn it on in the morning and then like, right?
Sephardim do more active.
Yeah, Sephardim, that's going to the Ramah.
Be involved in the cooking.
Right. To put it on the,
Wow.
yeah, it's true. It's a good point.
Not just the flame.
What?
Not
Not
just-
just turning on the flame. The Ashkenazim is just the flame. Chati Yisrael Chazazim, it's no longer Bishul Akum. But here, there really is a worry that maybe this guy is doing the same holiday as the guy inside the city. Because it's so close. And our Mishnah, which says Chutzulo is mutter, lav b'smucha kulhai, not as close as Rabbi Chanina says. Ka'amar, Rabbi Chanina lifnei eideim hu d'sharei. Rabbi Akiva, Rabbi Chanina is talking about not on the day of their holiday, but on the 3 days before their holiday, he permits it. V'hachi kamar, and this is what he's saying. Lo chashlev chachamim l'sam of nitzat sinura mitoch kaderos of the goravim. The Shema, they're not worried that maybe there was a little bit of splashing from this kadera to that kadera, from this pot to that pot. Tzinura, tzinura is like a like a faucet. So there was not gonna be like a little, like flying fish over the action. It's not gonna like splash.
Gotcha.
From the Avodah mitoch kadera of the Israel ho v'Izer kalu. They're not worse because it's an Izer kal. One, it's very lenient. Izer. One is not shchiach. It's not like a normal thing to happen. But the ruba. And if you say it happens all the time, it pops up. It starts singing, starts talking, starts yapping to us. The oil just starts yapping away. Still less than it's about the barov, right? About the ruba. Hachanami to here also lo chashu le'izer chutza la shel b'nei Aza. Here also we're not choshesh to the people outside. The Maharsha says lifnei them, before their holiday. V'yav bish is mughal amamish, even though it's super close. That today that they're doing business. So he's saying 3 days before, so he could do that. And that is the 2 dots. Tomorrow we're going to talk about the trip to Leilech Lisham, to go there. Shkayach, by the way, we're on Yud Beis Amud Aleph.
Grace and Shkayach.
Flying Grace and Shkayach. So this week, by the way, Rabbosai, this week we did...
Coming attractions.
This past week, just Chazar the whole week, we did 2 daf of Gemara. 2 full daf.
Awesome, bro.
Mordik, from Yud to Yud Beis. Okay. And then just a little bit of Chazara from today. Today we finished up the Mishnah, learned about holidays of Persians and Babylonians. I don't know if my ukulele is tuned. It's not. It's okay. Then we did a Mishnah. We learned about, in this Mishnah, we learned about what about inside the field, the city, what about outside. And then next time we learn, which will be Sunday, we'll learn about, can you go on that path? If it's a one-way path or a two-way path, can you go there? The Gemara is going to analyze it. Thursday, Shteig's last day of the week. This was the first week of Zman. First week, and it was so geschmack. Go weiter, Meir Hashem soon. Now we're more than halfway through the first parak. Wow. Ziggity Zalman Schligs. Sometimes TJ on the inside, and sometimes the cable guy. Shteigin Clank. Yo, guys, much love to anyone watching. Be on the lookout for some good stuff. Because we have 5 shears this week.
Yeah, bro.
Wow, perfect week, baby.
Shiloh.
Oh, Shiloh.
Okay, so you said they went back and forth.
Back and forth, like?
To see what was going on in Eretz Yisrael.
Yeah.
As the messengers. And they did this on a semi-regular basis, right?
Yeah, they would just go back and forth,
Okay. So when they got to where they were to observe what they were going to transfer in the form of information, how did they gather that?
How?
It was just what they saw at that moment in time?
No, so like let's say they would go back and forth and they'd be like, listen, like we're really not what they're like, let's say like in Babylon, they're learning a sugya for like a week and they're like, oh, we need like what are they saying in Eretz Yisrael about this? All right, send Rav Dimi and maybe like Ravina or something, or no, Ravina or Rashi, Rav Dimi and another guy. Send them. And then when they came back, they're like, yo, we went and right?
They went and what? That's what
They told them what they're saying in Eretz Yisrael.
Based on what?
He went to the base measures in Eretz Yisrael.
Okay.
He didn't just go to swim. He went to like the base measures. There was at that time. This is a little bit after. Thank you. A little bit after the destruction of the second temple. So there was two main places where people were learning. Two main base madrasas. One in Bavel, and one in or two in Bavel. There's a few. One hub was in Bavel, and one hub was in Eretz Yisrael. When they weren't sure what was going on in Bavel, they wanted to ask in Eretz Yisrael. Eretz Yisrael never sent people. Oh, what are they saying in Bavel? What does the Rishach? No. Right. What does some Chutz La'aretz rabbi say? Like, I give a hoot? Right. I must be an owl. I must be a dead owl because I give no hoots. You know? But they're saying in Chutz La'aretz, who cares? But in Chutz La'aretz, like, oh, what are they saying in Eretz Yisrael? Right? Awesome. And that's why. All right. Shkoyach, Kol Tov, everybody. Much love.